Well, hello, friends. Happy weekend to you. We made it. I pray this message finds you well. And for those of you that are going to be hitting the road in the next couple of days, enjoying some spring break, our prayers go with you. You will be missed, but I pray that you are safe in your travels and return home to us soon, very safe as well. Real quick, just some things to go ahead and let you be aware of. In the coming weeks, we will be concluding this Lenten journey together with Holy Week. Holy Week is a pretty big deal around here, especially in our faith tradition, and you may have already seen just a basic schedule of things that we have planned, but I wanted to go ahead and give you a little bit of detail about some of those so that you can be aware and make plans accordingly. We'll have our traditional Palm Sunday service, 10:30 a.m. on the 24th. Children's families of children's will be reaching out to you because children really help us participate and ring that service in with Palm Processional that morning, and so we'll be reaching out and letting you know more details about that. But go ahead and put that on your calendar. We can't wait to begin Holy Week together in that special way. So Sunday afternoon, on Palm Sunday, the 24th, we'll have our Easter egg hunt for our children. That will be at the home of Jason and Kelly Hall. And so families and families of children are going to be invited to come. And so we'll send out some details to you all about that. And so look forward to that. Look forward to that. Get excited. It's going to be a great time of fellowship, getting to know one another. That's from 3 to 5 that Sunday afternoon on the 24th. Now, some new things that are going to be happening this Holy Week that may not have happened in years past. We will still be having our Wednesday evening and our Thursday morning Lent Bible studies. Those will conclude on Holy Week. So those will still happen for the many of you that are a part of that. But we will be adding something on Wednesday at noon. Here in the sanctuary, we will have a service of Word and Table. And this is a communion service. We'll hear the scriptures. We'll sing a hymn or two. And then we will surround ourselves around this holy sacrament as we are reminded in the Holy Week story, in the week of those events leading up to Jesus' passion, that we will commemorate, be remembered to, and partake in that holy meal. And so I hope you'll come. That's Wednesday, noon. Those of you that might want to take your lunch break, it's probably a 30-minute service. There will not be a proclamation. There will not be any sermon in that service, but it's a beautiful expression of Holy Week to be remembered to Holy Communion. And then on Friday, on Good Friday, we're going to have our special service this year. Will be on Good Friday. Last year it was Maundy Thursday. This year it will be Good Friday, 6 p.m. here in the sanctuary. A beautiful service, a somewhat somber service because of the intention of and what we were reminded of during Good Friday, filled with music, with liturgy, with lots of other elements that help us draw closer to the immense sacrifice that Jesus partook, the lengths, as some have said, that God goes to show us just how much love conquers all. And so we were reminded of that great love, of that amazing sacrifice, and the brutality of what it means. Love stands up in the face of violence and in the face of confusion, in the face of sin. And so I pray that you come. We will have nursery available for those 5 years and younger, and it will be an intentional service. And so I'm grateful for our musicians and other worship leaders that are going to be helping lead us on that Good Friday service. And then we'll have our 2 Easter morning services. We have 2 services every Easter. There'll be a sunrise service outdoors here in the Memorial Garden. We've got that one scheduled to begin around 7 a.m. We'll start kind of right around daybreak, and then as the service progresses, the sun will rise around us as a beautiful expression of resurrection. And then we'll have our traditional service at 10:30 a.m. Now, quick ask. If you are one of those wonderful folks that traditionally comes to 7 a.m. Or the sunrise service, or if you're just planning on coming this year and would be willing to help us with some logistics, because it is an additional service that we're not used to putting on, would you reach out to me and let me know? We're going to need some help with ushering, with some other logistics and hospitality. We would love to get you plugged in that Easter morning. And then that'll be it. That'll be a beautiful expression, a busy week here at St. Paul's, and we pray that you will go ahead and make plans to be with us. All right. Let's talk a little bit about worship this week. I just selfishly am having a lot of fun and finding a lot of meaning in our sermon series and our worship series as we've been tackling it this Lenten season thus far. As we have been encountering for ourselves these stories in which biblical characters, some characters we think we know pretty well because we've read a lot about them, how they encountered the resurrected Christ and what that did for them, and how we learn from that, and how we ask ourselves, can we meet the resurrected Christ in those ways too? And I'm finding that we can and we should. And this week is no different. But this week is kind of neat because we are hearing about an encounter, not from someone or from some people that we know them by name very well, but we do know the story. And the story is what's most important. It's not so much the personalities of those that were receiving the encounter. It's what happens and is happening through them. And it's the road to Emmaus. It's this beautiful story after Jesus is crucified, and some of his disciples, some of his followers, we don't know how long they had been following Jesus, they are downtrodden. They have lost hope. They feel just totally let down, and they take off and they're walking this road to Emmaus, and they have this beautiful encounter. And so we're going to draw a little bit closer to that story. And the story is important because we all know what it feels like to be let down. We all know what it feels like to lose hope. We all know what it feels like to feel in one moment on top of the world and empowered, and then to lose that quickly. Or maybe not quickly. Maybe some of us have had experiences where it took a gradual event to let us down, but we just felt so downtrodden. And so it's often in those moments that we encounter Christ in really powerful and meaningful ways. And so because I know that each and every one of us have felt that in our lives, and perhaps you may be feeling that in this season that we're in right now, I'm encouraged because I know that there's something beautiful we all can hear from this story. And so I pray that you come. It's not a sad story, although it starts in sadness. It's definitely not a sad story, but we draw strength from the beauty of it, that Christ meets us even in our immense sadness and even in those moments that we've lost hope. And so I hope you'll come and hear more about that as we seek to encounter the resurrected Christ in new and more powerful ways in this season and all the seasons to come. All right? Grace and peace to you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Can't wait to see you very soon.